going to show something real quick, how to change the spark plugs on a Ecotech 2.2 in your 04 Saturn Ion. This is the coil pack. There was 4 bolts right there, right in the top of the head. It was a 10mm socket. And now I bought a 5/8 socket wrench, or a socket. And I got 3 extensions on this and the socket, and hopefully I'll be able to get that thing out of there. I think that ought to do it, unless I just moved my, because I got a 3/8, or I got a 1/2 inch drive, but I actually had 3/8 drive, so I had to put a piece of metal in there. But the point of this spark plug socket is it's got a little piece of rubber in there so that you can pull out the spark plug without dropping it. And so I got the spark plug there, and they told me to check and make sure that the gap is the same and that the plug is the same, and they do look the same, so I think I'll be good. Color's pretty good. Yeah, that gap is like exactly the same. I can tell. I don't even need to gap it. It was supposed to be made to spec, yeah. So I'm gonna stick them in there and we'll see how it goes. Okay, since my stupid phone ran out of memory, I got the Magnum D90 to just go over some of the details of that. I got the coil pack back on, and I was very particular because those 4 bolts, the 1, 2, 3, 4, they were rusty as hell. So I covered them with grease at the tops after I hit them with the wire brush. And I really like to use this aluminum anti-seize lubricant, just to make sure that they always come out. I always use this on all my bolts. This is my CX500 Cafe Racer, and you can guarantee that all of those bolts, because I've taken this thing apart like 10 times, have anti-seize lubricant on them, and I can tell you, I was happy I did, especially in brake calipers, because those are a pain in the ass. But anyway, back to this. I had to also remove this thing right here. There was one 10mm bolt that held it right there, and you can get it out pretty easy. Just to get this to lift up so I could lift out the coil pack. One little screwdriver, teeny tiny one, to remove this clip. You push down on that, and then this little top part comes out, and then you stick a screwdriver into there, and then these wires come out. That detail wasn't in there. And I used at the ends of these, there was like a little bit on the end of it. I'm not going to bother focusing it. There was a little bit of dielectric grease off the old plugs, and I was like, sweet, they use dielectric grease. I just wiped it off with my finger and stuck it on the ends of the new plugs before I put them back in. And let's see if I can focus this better. Oh, that's even worse. Oh, that's even worse. Put it right there. Where is it? It was a 41105 AC Delco. That was the original one that was in here, and it looks exactly like that. You want to make sure it's gapped like similar to the other one. It was a 5/8 socket. I used the spark plug socket for it, and just make sure you get the right drive, unlike what I did. It's got a little bit of rubber in there just to grab the socket, otherwise it'll fall right into the freaking head. Also, if you happen to get in an accident with your Saturn, and let's say you're cruising to a a stoplight or in a turning lane that's not really a turning lane, but somebody wants to turn in the wintertime, and you hit them and you break the two mounts, you can jerry-rig mount like that, run a bolt straight freaking through it, and weld a piece of angle iron or whatever onto your frame and stick another bolt through that part if it didn't get totally freaking famished and broken. Then just use a giant ass zip tie to hold your bumper so it doesn't fall off all the way. And that passes inspection. Because I'm just ghetto like that. Anyway, with the new spark plugs in, fired right up, great. I don't think it needed to do it, but I own this thing since it had like 60,000 miles and now it's got 125 on it. Random note, I did bolt a bed frame into my roof. I know that's dangerous, but I don't care. I sealed it so it doesn't leak, only every once in a while when it like really pours. Those things is awesome for moving paintings. And if you use the bed frame, you can mount an air dam on that right there to stop it, so whoosh, so nothing, you know, fucks with it. I own this car. It's my piece of shit, and I love it. Another hack that you may have run into, that there is the thing that you use to pop your hood. Mine broke off. Like, this thing right here freaking snapped off. So I just take that and like I shove it into there.